Hi everyone, it's Mike here. So it's the first Saturday in a brand new month, which means that it's time for a brand new Mission Inspiration Challenge over on the Mission Inspiration Facebook group. And I'll put the link to the Facebook group on the screen right now if you want to join us this month and in subsequent months. So this month, the prompts have been set by myself, and I've done them in such a way that if you're really into your Halloween, you can create a Halloween themed page. But if you're not too bothered about Halloween, you can create a different type of page using the colour scheme and the words that are there. So it's a kind of dual purpose prompt this month with those that don't celebrate or don't like doing Halloween in mind too. So as per usual, I will show you the mission brief, and then I'll jump straight in and show you how I created my offering for the month, and then I'll join with you again right back at the end. Welcome, Art Agent Specialists. Your mission for October, should you wish to accept it, is as follows. 1. Apply texture or modelling paste. 2. Drip, spritz, spray or drop on colour. 3. Add string, twine or fibres. 4. Hide or write a secret in your page. 5. Add a focal image or 2 or 3. 6. Stamp text or patterns in ink or paint. Step 7. Add a quote, a phrase or a word. Step 8. Add doodles, scribbles or Zentangles. Your suggested colour scheme for the month is midnight, fog and pumpkin, and your words for inspiration are leaves, scarecrow, thankful, moon or bounty. Remember, this message will self-destruct in 3 seconds. Good luck. So I'm going to start off with October's Mission Inspiration with a piece of watercolour cardstock cut at 12 inches by 8 inches. So this is from my what I call my postcard journal. These are the images that I normally reduce down to create postcards from. So this is going to be a rather nice kind of autumn feel art journal page for the Mission Inspiration. So we'll get straight on to step number 1, which is to apply texture or modelling paste. Now it doesn't say apply it through a stencil, but if you want to apply it through a stencil, obviously the choice is yours. I'm just going to take some modelling paste and I'm going to apply it directly onto the page, and I'm going to do it in a kind of rough textured kind of way. So I'm going to just scrape it across the page, get some nice dimension, and then almost like a stucco, like a plaster effect that you probably put on the outside of your house. So just hold it up there, you can see where it is. Now I've got a little bit of a gap here, which is fine. So I'll grab some texture paste and just drop it in there, scrape it across, put in a few channels and grooves with the knife. So we've got some nice, so hopefully try and keep it in focus. So we've got some nice texture going on there, and it's not even, it's not all over the page. It gives us a little bit of blank space at the edges, where we can just drag in, drag out. Nice little bit of texture. So step number 1. Step number 2 is to drip, spritz, spray or drop colour. Now, there'll be people there saying, hang on a minute, you haven't dried it. No, I haven't. I'm going to leave it wet for the time being because I'm going to apply colour while the texture paste is still wet. So I'm going to go grab some colour and I'll be right back. Okay, so as I said, step number 2, drip, spritz, spray or drop colour. Now, my first colour for the month that I'm going to use is the orange. So it says pumpkin there, but technically it's orange. I have Tangerine Dream from Dilutions, to which I'm going to literally just drop some colour onto that. But I'm not just going to do it with that little end. I have a pipette. So I'm going to actually take quite a bit of the colour and drop it all the way around. And then put the remaining back in the bottle. Put the lid back on. And then I'm going to spritz over with a little bit of water. And then I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to move that colour around the page. And then I'm going to dry it. Okay, so now that's pretty much dry. There's maybe just one or two little wet points in the furthest corners, but that's fine. I don't intend to be working up there much. So step number 3, add string, twine or fibres. Okay, so I have some brown baker's twine, which is going to go with the nice warm orangey colour, and I want to add that just down here at the bottom. So to do that, I'm actually going to lay down some matte medium. Now I'm obviously very aware that the matte medium will reactivate the dilutions again. That's fine. So I'm going to just try and put a bead of the matte medium and try and keep it to a minimum. And then just using that spatula again, I'm just going to drag the matte medium into the places where I'm going to try and catch the twine. So I've got a bundle up here, so a piece along there, and then the majority I want to lie round about over here. So I'll just tap that in. And obviously the matte medium will dry clear but matte. Okay, I'm not going to heat set it because I want it to stay a bit wet. So that I've got a base for one of the other layers to stick into. So while that is working, I'm going to put this to one side to work on step number 4 and step number 5. So while that's drying, step number 4, hide or write a secret in your page. Okay, so I have a small piece of white cardstock. I have my tree branch archival ink, and I'm just going to go around the edges, just applying a little bit of ink onto the page, like so, just to kind of age it, dirty it up a little bit. And then I have a little envelope, and this is where I'm going to hide my little secret in the page, because I'm then going to stick this down onto the page and then collage over the top. So what I'm going to do now is to write my little secret on the page, but I'm not going to show you what it is. Okay, so my secret is now written and added into the envelope, and I'm now just going to grab a little bit of double-sided tape, and I'm going to seal that envelope down, and then I'm going to bring my page back in, and I'm going to glue this onto the page. So I'm literally just going to add some blobs of glue onto the back, and I'm going to nestle that into the corner. Drag a little bit of that twine over the top and just stick it down. Now my little secret is inside that envelope, and it's now going to be glued down and hidden for eternity, because only I and you know that it's in there. Okay, so step number 5, add a focal image or 2 or 3. So for my focal images, let's just move this to one side so I've got room to play on my desk, and I've got the Dina Wakley Scribbles stamp set, and I've already stamped 2 little birds from that onto Nina Solar White cardstock. This is the Nina Classic Crest. I've stamped that on that using Jet Black Archive link, and then I've cut them out. So I have 2 little birds that are going to go on my art journal page, but I've also got some leaves that I've cut using my Tattered Leaves Sizzix Bigs die from Tim Holtz, and I've brought in some other of my archive links. I've brought in Saffron, Tiger Lily and Vermilion. So these are all going to be colours that I'm going to start applying onto the leaves and onto my little birds. So I'm going to start with the red. I'm going to just add some nice little colour onto those birds. So I'm going to create a couple of little robins. So that's the red on the birds. I'll add some brown in a moment, and then I'm going to just add some red ink around the edges. I'm actually going to use the red, the orange and the yellow. So this is probably going to take quite a while to do, to make sure that I've got all of them done. And they're quite delicate. So I'll show you doing a couple. And just grab that yellow. This is probably going to be one of those little bit boring jobs. Got to be very, very careful and quite delicate. So I'm going to do all of these leaves. So I will get to it and then I will join with you once I've done them all. Okay, so I'm now ready to add all my focal images or my focal points to the page. So using that matte medium, I'm just going to grab a little bit on the back, add some glue onto the backs, like so. And then I have all of my little leaves. I've already got a lot of this matte medium that's down here with the string. So I'm going to find it very easy just to add some touches of the glue as I stick the rest of them down. And I'm going to stick them down kind of random. Like so. I probably will end up using all of them. I didn't actually use all of them anyway, or colour all of them. So just build up a little bit of a pattern, or a little bit of texture. And a couple more, I think. One more. Maybe one just here. Okay, happy with that. I now need to make sure that it's totally and utterly dry. So my page is pretty much dry down here with all that matte medium, but have you noticed how that tree branch archival ink has kind of matched the colour of the envelope underneath? Happy accident, I'm happy to say. Okay, so the next step, stamp number 6, stamp text or patterns in ink or paint. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the grey now. So I have watering can grey from it's Wendy Vetch's archival ink, and the sentiment here, I'm going to use from the Dean & Wakely stamp set. So I'm not going to mount it onto a block. I'm literally just going to ink it. Move that out of the way. I'm just going to ink it up on my fingers and just randomly, if I can, because this is going to be uneven, you're not really going to see a lot of it. And I'm just going to put it around in the background. Actually, I think I will mount it onto some kind of block. Do I have a journaling block or a... Yeah, there we go. I'm actually going to get better grip. Get a grip while I'm trying. So we're just picking out bits of text using the same stamp in a kind of repetitive pattern, which is cool. It adds a sense of continuity. It doesn't matter if it goes off the edge of the page or even stamps onto your images. So you've got that grey from that. Okay, so I'll put that to one side, and then number 7, add a quote, phrase or word. So this can be anything that incorporates any of the words for inspiration there, or you can use whatever you want to. If you've got a perfect quote that you want to add in there, then you can add that without even touching any of these at the bottom. So I'm going to have a look at my word chips, my small chat, big chat, back chat, whatever chat, stickers that I've got, and see if I can find something which is suitable to add to the page. So I will be right back. Okay, so for step 7, add a quote, phrase or a word. I'm going to go for bounty, because that is what autumn is. It's a bounty of beautiful colours, rich hues and warm kind of days where summer's coming to an end but winter hasn't yet started. So I'm going to use these Tim Holtz Alpha chips, which are like ransom note letters. So they're all different types, and I'm going to spell out the word bounty so that it's higgledy-piggledy. It's a great description across the bottom. Do that so it follows the line of the leaves. Just a little blob of glue. So this is the clear Tombow Aqua Mono liquid. So just give them a little bit of a push because it's an uneven surface. And then I'm going to leave those to dry and grab for just a few minutes before moving on to the final step, number 8. So step number 8 is to add doodles, scribbles or Zentangles. So I have my trusty football pen. I hope that's in focus. So the first thing I'm going to do, he says clearing a path for himself so he's not knocking things over, is I'm going to go around the journal page just with kind of wibbly, wobbly, sketchy lines crisscrossing and outlining aspects around, just following the colour, a real kind of sketchy. Also follow the line of the leaves, bring it in, take it back out again. And then I'm going to do it again. This time go a little bit wilder. Make sure we cross over where we've been. Really squiggly. And then we can go wherever we want and follow those lines. Get a bit crazy with it if you want to. Bring it in. Actually follow one of the leaves and then go back out again. Bearing in mind that we have got all this texture paste under here. So it does get okay, and then we can start adding a few sketchy lines. You can go around your letters just to kind of underline them, or you can actually go and start outlining and following the line. Create some nice kind of patterns in the background. Kind of pick out those patterns in your art journal page. And if you wanted to actually pick out a few other details, you could even go all scribbly, add a little more scribbly texture around the birds, if they weren't scribbly enough. Just to kind of help blend it all together. And I think I'm happy with that. So let's just go through the checklist. So we've used black in the Zentangling and also on the ink for the stamps. We've used fog with that text in the background, so we've used grey. Pumpkin, we used the tangerine in the background for the orange. We used the word bounty, which we have there. We applied modelling paste, we dropped colour, we've added string. I've got my little secret hidden in that little envelope behind. Add a focal image or 2 or 3. Well, I've got 2 main focal images, but there's also those leaves there too. Stamp text or patterns in ink or paint. Oh, we've got that. Add a quote, phrase or word. Ta-da! And then add doodles and scribbles. I would say that's mission accomplished. I really love those scribbly bird stamps from Dina Wakley. I think they're just so versatile, and I love the colours of autumn as well, so this was a real bonus for me. So I hope you enjoyed watching my art journal page for the mission inspiration for the month of October. And remember, if you want to join in with the fun, then all you have to do is to go to that address which is being shown on the screen at the moment. I've also put a clickable link in the description area below this video. So that's all from me for this month. I hope you've really enjoyed it, as I did. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up, share the video with all your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. So that's all from me for now. I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now. I'd also like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. That's all from me for now. I'll see you all again real soon. Bye for now.